Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video on my channel. I'm here back on rFactor 2 and yes, exams are over, so that means probably daily content from here and on. This video I was trying to prepare it as much as I could. It is once again an rFactor 2 video, 24 minutes, pretty much a 24-minute race representing a 24 hours race. So that's pretty much what I wanted to do with this video, and as you can see already on the screen, we're going to be driving the brand new Ferrari GTE, which is the latest DLC from Studio 397 on rFactor 2, or actually the Radical is the latest DLC, but yeah, we're going to be trying out the Radical as well at some point, probably around Portland, which is the latest free track on rFactor 2, and it's quite amazing. You gotta go try it out. But for this video, I'm going to be driving the Ferrari GTE around the DLC, the Le Mans track, because we've recently had the event, the 24 hours, the virtual 24 hours of Le Mans. So I really want to talk a little bit about that, how rFactor 2 was influenced by this event and the whole thing, you know, drivers taking part in it, sim races as well. By the way, a Greek driver actually ended up on the podium, which was pretty sick to see. But yeah, this is pretty much the track. We're going to be driving the Ferrari, as I've already told you, and we're going to be doing a 24-minute race, which is pretty much going to be like a 24-hour race, you know, like the videos Ermin does here and there. It's full grid. We're driving against the GTE DLC pack. By the way, there's been an update on the GTE DLC, which balances the performance of the cars. It was really needed, and we finally have it. So I'm actually very happy to see that update being brought on. And as you can see, we've also driving up against the LMP2 cars, which is a big challenge driving on those events, because while you need to boost and gain positions from the GTE cars, you have to actually be able to let through those LMP2 cars, because they are much faster. So it's a huge challenge, and especially on those races where the grid is a little bit random and you can't really let the LMP2 cars be ahead of you and lap you after a few laps. So very dangerous entry into the track there. Made contact with the LMP2 car up ahead, which actually has Fernando Alonso's skin. So all the skins that were used on the virtual 24-hour Le Mans race are free on rFactor 2, and I especially love this skin right here. The Kimura livery that Fernando Alonso used on the virtual race, and there's also Jensen Button, like a Bronze GP livery. As you can see, two Ferraris, actually three Ferraris up ahead. There's a little bit of a pile up there, going very slowly. I'm gonna try and take advantage of that. I can't seem to find a way to go through there, so we're gonna back off this for a little bit. And as you can see, LMP2 cars right behind us. I don't know if we're ever gonna see LMP1 cars, to be honest with you. I feel like there's not really a reason to have them, because with the new regulations there will not be any LMP1 cars, and we will go back to, like, oh god, I've been tugged up there. I've been tugged very much. I knew I broke a little bit too early there, but those LMP2 cars have no mercy there. You gotta let them through. But yeah, with the arrival of like the McLaren Senna and all those cars being the new cars that will participate in endurance racing, I don't think Studio 397 really have to put LMP1s in the game, and LMP2s are quite fine for the time being. I feel like they got to invest more on the new generation of cars, like the McLaren Senna. The race has been going pretty well so far, apart from that contact we had there with the LMP2 car. And yeah, I really want to talk about the event. I watched the whole event. I actually missed like 6 or 7 hours because I slept. It was during my exams, so I actually had it open and I was watching here and there. It was actually very fun. It was very fun to watch, and I feel the whole event, as it was organized, it was very well organized by Studio 397 and the whole like WEC community, you know. I would love to see this happening every single year, even if we have the, like, you know, the official Le Mans race, which will actually take place, I think, in on September. I feel like in September. I'm not really sure. I feel like it will be. It will happen in September. So, apart from that, I feel like we should have that because sim racing has proven to be very enjoyable for the people to watch, and especially for us that are playing those games. I love the fact that real drivers could actually see what we're really doing and have fun with the games that we play, and it was very enjoyable to see that happening, and I would love to see another virtual 24-hour Le Mans race. Of course, there were a few bugs here and there with the safety cars, the yellow flags, you know, the driver changes, the penalty system. There were a few bugs here and there, but I feel like whatever game you would play, you would plan to have such a huge event, there would be some bugs here and there. Now for rFactor 2, it got a huge audience now. They must take advantage of this situation and pretty much say, you know what, we're going to improve the game on the areas that it needs to be improved, now that a lot of like new players know about our game, and trying to attract more and more people, more and more sim racers, and even that, like, make them start their sim racing journey from rFactor 2. It's basically, for me, the best sim racing game. I've already said that in a previous video. It just needs improvements, like online multiplayer. That Studio 397 has servers, you know, like quick lobbies. New players need that. New players want to be like, okay, let's go for a quick race now around Le Mans, GT cars, let's find a server, go. 5 minutes in, you're in. New players would love to have that. Bugs need to be fixed, obviously. They badly need to be fixed, like penalty system, driver changes, all those things need to be fixed and be ready for the next event that will happen next year, you know, because if they need to continue like that, they have to organize more events, like the race events they have, like the Indianapolis events, you know. They have to make more events so they attract more people, bring more real drivers to the game, so that rFactor 2 can actually succeed. As we go for a dive up here on this Aston Martin, thank you very much. The AI is actually set on, I think, 100%. So yeah, you probably need to increase the difficulty a little bit more. I will on the next video. But yeah, I feel like the game has a future, and it is on good hands. It is on good hands. Studio 397, I trust them, but they need to prioritize on improving the game for some point. And I hope they can get more new stuff and speed up the development progress, because they need to speed up things a little bit. Like, you know, you got ACC moving very fastly, and it's improving massively day after day. The only problem that ACC has is optimization. But we're going to be talking about that on another video. As for the event in general, I enjoyed it. I hope it happens also next year, and I feel like rFactor 2 is the best platform to organize such a huge event, especially if they improve, if they fix the bugs and all that. As for this car, I feel like it has grown on me quite a lot. I would like to try out other GT cars as well, like the Aston Martin, you know, all the GT cars. I would like to try them again, probably in the next video. I just wanted to show you this Ferrari because I was supposed to make a separate video on the Ferrari, but because of my exams, I didn't have time to record any videos at all. So now I've recorded rFactor 2, SLRE, WC8, so you're going to be seeing a hell of a lot of content in the next coming days, as it's a Porsche actually that has spun and it was about to re-enter the track very dangerously. This is the toughest part for the Ferrari. When you lift and coast with a Ferrari, it's actually very easy to lose the control of the car. The car is not stable when you lift and coast, when you lift off the throttle to take a fast corner or something like that. So you probably need to figure this out with the setup, but I feel like for me, which I'm not really a setup guy, I We'll go for a dive bomb here on the final chicane. That was a very dangerous move, but we're gonna complete it. No matter what. Don't try this at home, I guess. That was a very dangerous move. No need to do that. But yeah, I'm not really a guy that is gonna sit down for hours and fix the setup. I know some basic things, and that's just all about it. So yeah, if you're really looking for some good setup guides, then Ermin Hamidovic will be the guy for you. Run slightly wide there. The engine of the Ferrari sounds very, very good. Like I really like this car. It sounds pretty amazing. But the Porsche of the GTE category sounds much better. I'm gonna say that. Like the engine sound of that Porsche is just phenomenal. That mistake has made the Ferrari caught up with me again. It could go for a move, probably up the inside there, as it has turned night time. As we're on the first half of the race is done, and we're on to the second half of the race. We've opened up the gap of the Ferrari again, so no danger once again. But the car looks beautiful. I feel like graphically rFactor 2 has improved massively, in my opinion, and they need to improve even more, as other new games have set the standards higher. They've set higher standards, so I feel like rFactor 2 needs improvements in terms of graphics, but as sim racing fans, we don't really care about graphics most of the times. And rFactor 2 looks good, runs good, so yeah. I don't want like rFactor 2 to have some phenomenal eye-catching graphics and not be well optimized like ACCC. You know, I just want to see them making improvements on the graphical part of the game steadily. Like, don't make huge moves and destroy the optimization that they have now, which for me rFactor 2 runs incredibly well. I love that view there. The camera is set on the curb. Very nice view. Ahead of us, a pause. We could actually win this race all of a sudden. The pace is very good, and I don't know how many cars are still ahead of us. I think all the LMP2 cars have moved on with their race, and they are actually ahead of us. So it's all pretty much down to me to control my driving and be as fast as I can. Very close to the wall there. Very nice views as well from the camera angles. Very close to the Porsche now as we move into the last sector of the track. Running wide there. Not going to get any corner cut warnings. Very close to the Porsche once again. Look how close we are to that Porsche. Probably going to go for the dive up the inside here into this first chicane. The Porsche is still on the outside, but not for too long. So it's actually going to spin out, as I see on my mirror there. Don't know why this happened, but the Porsche has spun all of a sudden. Now ahead of us we got the Corvette GTE, which seems to be the slowest car when the AI drives it. I've never tried it before, so I would like to try it at some point and see how slow it is. Getting the better run from the other Ferrari, as you can see, going up the inside, but I feel like in terms of the top speed, the Ferrari is going to gain on us as we are topping onto this top speed there into 6th gear. And as you can see, yeah, the Ferrari is faster than us there. We get back to the slipstreaming. Can we go for a move up the inside into the first chicane? I feel like we're quite far off, and yeah, we can't really do that right there, but gotta get that better exit onto the 2nd straight now. Let's see if we can make it this time round up the inside. The Ferrari is going to gain again. In terms of the top speed, it is faster than us. It is about setup changes, nothing really else. Let's see, side by side with the Ferrari. Once again going to be ahead of us, but I'm going to send it up the inside here into the 2nd chicane, and we're going to be completing that move successfully. Very enjoyable gameplay, I gotta say that. Like, it's just so enjoyable driving at night on this game with the new shaders and all that. The game looks amazing. We've got plenty of cars up ahead. It's a BMW, a Porsche, a Corvette. So yeah, there's plenty of cars. 3 BMWs right in front of us. So yeah, we gotta wait and see. Can we actually get through this pack of cars based on our pace? Very close to BMW, onto the slipstream. The BMW has smaller top speed than us, so in general. Around the outside, can we make it? Onto 6th gear now, we're gonna go. Oh, not actually, we got that corner, that right-hander. Oh god, that was very close. I turned into him there. Oh god, I turned into that BMW there. Very lucky not to completely crash out of the race. That was my mistake there, sorry about that. The AI is not very good on rFactor. It's a little bit aggressive, but on that note, it was a mistake by me there. I didn't really see that he was still on the inside, and I completely cut across him. Now we got a BMW and a Porsche ahead of us, both with the default liveries. They're having a little bit of a ding-dong battle there. Gotta go pretty slowly there, because since they're in a fight, BMW goes around the outside. There's an opening in between them, and I'm gonna actually take advantage of that. Don't try this at home. Actually try this and tell me how it ended up. I just I wouldn't do that on any event with other people, but you know, I'm racing against the AI, so I could really show off some of my crazy skills there in between a BMW and a Porsche. So another BMW has just spun there around the outside, probably because the Ferrari made a move. But yeah, that was a crazy move there in between the BMW and the Porsche. These are the moments we're living for there. And now up ahead we've got another BMW. Next up, I think it is an Aston Martin or a Corvette. What is this? I don't know yet, but there's 2 BMWs and that black car right ahead of us. And I think there's another Ferrari leading this race probably, and that's the end of the GT car. So winning this is very doubtful, I guess. Well, as we go around the outside, clear move on the BMW. The BMW doesn't seem to be as agile as the Ferrari around this track. It's probably the AI difficulty. I should have put it on 105 or something like that. 100% difficulty seems a little bit too easy for the Ferrari, with a few tunes to the setup. Onto the long straight as the sun is rising, nighttime is gone, and it's going to be daytime very, very soon. So the race hasn't got a lot of time left into it. And right in front of us, I think it is an Aston Martin. That is behind a BMW with a very nice livery, actually, that BMW. The Aston Martin is going for a move on the BMW. Let's see how is that going to end up for them. As I can see that Ferrari in the distance that is leading the GT class. Around the outside goes the Aston Martin. A pretty nice move there, completed on the BMW. Nice to see the AI fighting each other nice and fairly. As you can see, it's clearly daytime. I've turned off my headlights and we're ready to just fight for those two positions up ahead. I haven't had a very good pace on that previous lap, so the two cars up ahead have opened up the gap. I run a little bit wide. The tires are not really at their best at the moment, and I'm over pushing the car way too much there. So this is now the final lap of the race. As we're going to be coming across the line, we're going to be entering the final lap. Around this final chicane there. Across the finish line to enter the final lap of this 24 minutes of Le Mans. So let's see, can we make those two moves and finish in the podium for this GTE class here in Le Mans? We gotta wait and see. Ferrari is probably going to win the race, so we have a very good run onto the first huge straight, and we're having a very good run on the BMW. We're going to be completing that move straight away, but now the BMW is going to be on draft distance and it could really get back into us. We're not into draft distance with the Aston Martin, so that's going to help out the BMW to try and go for a move up the inside, I guess. Not gonna make it, not very close. Doesn't have the top speed to fight with the Ferrari. Going into the second straight now, we're closer to the Aston Martin. Are we in draft distance though? I'm not really sure. We gotta wait and see if we're gonna catch up to the Aston Martin with a few corners to go. I think we are closing in, but not so much. Yes, we are. I'm not going to go for a dive bomb here, and distance is quite a lot. Staying behind the Aston Martin, waiting for the right opportunity to go for the move there and get that second position. As you can see, the checkered flags are up. It is the final lap, and I'm going to be trying to make my move there onto that right-hander. I basically make moves onto that corner, so I like that corner for move. The Aston Martin moves to the inside line there. It could go defensively. It doesn't really leave me the space for the inside, but I'm either way going to dive up the inside into this right-hander, complete the move for second position. That was a fantastic fight there, actually. I loved how the Aston Martin just turned to the inside, knowing that it is the final lap. We've got to defend this position, and I love the defensive line there. Ahead of us is the Ferrari, which is probably going to win this GT class race in Le Mans, but for the time being we've got second position. The Aston Martin is closing in on us though. Let's see, has it got an answer? Doesn't really have the top speed again to fight with us. As we're on to the final sector now. A little bit of losing the backhand there. I feel like if we had a few more laps we could have overtaken that Ferrari there. But now it's pretty much impossible. The gap is quite a lot and there's only a few corners remaining. So yeah, I highly doubt catching up to the Ferrari. But either way, this been a good race. Really enjoyable. The track has grown on me as I've driven more and more around it. I've learned it a little bit better. Still not mastered it, obviously. But I really like the track. Really like that DLC. The GT DLC is quite amazing.
But yeah, overall, very nice race from, I feel like it was last position. From last position up into second in the GT class. The LMP2 cars obviously on a league of their own. They're much faster. But in terms of the GT class, we're going to be ending up on second position. So yeah, around the final corners, as you can see, we're going to be on to that final chicane to complete a 24-minute race around Le Mans. And surprisingly enough, I feel like the Ferrari ahead of me has pitted, and eventually I won the race. So just for the fact I actually won the race, but basically I didn't. I don't know why the Ferrari just pitted while it had such a huge gap. So we're gonna say it was a second position here. Obviously lap times are not representative. I just tried to take a little bit of drifting there, but it failed. Trying to drift with the GT car. Either way, that was pretty much all about it. I feel like it was a very enjoyable race. I loved how we fought at the start with the LMP2 cars, trying to not cross and all that, and trying to gain as many positions as we can while trying to avoid making contact with the LMP2 cars. And that's actually the huge tug I had from that LMP2 car. The orange car, as you can see, went up the inside, broke a little bit too early for the LMP2, and just crossed into my back. But that's why we turned off damage for those videos. Otherwise, we would have always had a safety car, and I would have to redo that race every 5 minutes or something, because the AI here on rFactor 2 is quite crazy. But really loved the race. I feel like it was a very interesting race. It was sort of the same video as the Nordschleife video I did, but the other video I talked about in general sim racing and all those games that are in the sim racing market and how they actually fare to rFactor 2. My opinion stays the same. This game is probably the most enjoyable game. It still has to offer me a lot in the days and weeks and months and years to come. But yeah, I feel like it is a very enjoyable sim. The Le Mans track is a must-buy for me. It's just a very nice track, and it really grows on you as you drive more and more into it. The GT pack, I've already told that like from the beginning when it released. It's such an amazing pack. So yeah, I 100% suggest you this combination, because a lot of people have been saying buy a Factor 2 and I don't know the combination of what to play to get the maximum out of the game. In my opinion, GT pack at that point, Le Mans track is probably the maximum you can get out of this game. All the DLC tracks in my opinion are amazing. Nordschleife, Sebring, Le Mans, even the Formula E tracks and the kart sim tracks if you're into karting. I'm gonna be making a comparison video between KartCraft and the kart sim on this game, so make sure you are tuned in for this video. But in general, this is a very good combination. Try this out and tell me how you fare with rFactor 2. I would really love to see down in the comments below what's your opinion on the GT Endurance update in terms of the balance of performance, and also what was your opinion of the virtual 24 hours of Le Mans race. I would really like to see down below your opinions. Let's have a discussion about this. And yeah, those are it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for new daily racing content. F1 2020 comes out very soon, and I'm going to be making a vote about which old team you want me to resurrect on F1 2020. But yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter. I am actually pretty active there. And yeah, until next video, guys, I'll catch you later. Goodbye.